So how did those two paintings that I showed before trigger the 11 principles? Apparently, those paintings were at the MoMA in New York, and they were arrested by Manhattan District Attorney Robert Morgenthau as stolen goods. As a result, U.S. Association of the Art Museum Directors, that feared havoc in the industry, put together the 11 principles. At the time of the Washington Conference, the principles were already in place in the US for 6 months. And then J.D. Bindenagel, that I showed before, he is on your right, he suggested to Eisenstadt to adopt them, and they were adopted by the Washington Conference. Our second speaker is Professor Dr. Matthias Weller. Weller or Weller? Weller. Thank you. He will present, after 20 years to the Washington Principles on Nazi confiscated art, time for a restatement of restitution rules. Matthias is the Alfred Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach Professor for Civil Law, Art and Cultural Property Law, and one of the two directors of the Bonn Institute for German and International Civil Procedure. He received his legal education at the Universities of Heidelberg and Cambridge, UK, St. John's College. He was a Joseph Story Fellow of Private International Law at Harvard Law School, associated to a leading law firm in Frankfurt, and Research Fellow at the Institute of Comparative Law, the Conflict of Laws and International Business Law at the University of Heidelberg. He got a prize-winning PhD on the public policy control of international choice of forum agreements. He founded the German Institute for Art and Law in Heidelberg, and has since then organized the annual Heidelberg Art Law Conference. He was Vice Dean of the EBS School, Wiesbaden, and founded the EBS Law School Research Center for Transnational Commercial Dispute Resolution. In 1917, he was called to the Alfred Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach Professorship for Civil Law, Art and Cultural Property Law. He is author of more than 200 publications and nearly 100 presentations on private law, art, and cultural property law, private international law, international civic litigation, and arbitration, as well as transnational commercial law. Matthias, please.